I'm Susan from Tarjac. You may know us as the source for the best camo for your guns and bows, but we do so much more. Our custom work with automotive parts can transform any vehicle, our ATVs, sleds, four-wheelers, motorcycles. We've received national recognition for our work with Orange County Choppers, and we are most proud of our partnership with the future servicemen by providing customized helmets for the Army-Navy game. From the national stage to your favorite hunting ground, it's Tarjac.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the CNY Business Connection. I'm Jason Weinstein. Coming up this week, solar energy. Could it be for you? Alternative energy has never been in the spotlight more than now with the price of gas and with the natural gas fracking debate. Plus, we'll have the latest bit of business wisdom from someone who has lived it thanks to our friends at Prendismo.com. But we'll begin with the latest in business news from around the area. Governor Andrew Cuomo, after legislative successes over marriage equality and a property tax cap, is enjoying a surge of popularity. The governor has had to address speculation over a possible White House run in 2016, and the latest Quinnipiac College poll had his approval rating among New Yorkers at 64%. Quinnipiac said Cuomo is the most popular governor they poll, surpassing by 20 percentage points New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and governors in 5 other states. Despite high-profile lobbying by mixed martial arts stars such as Endicott native John Jones, an effort to legalize MMA in New York State went down to defeat. The end of the legislative session marked the second straight year a bill which would legalize MMA bouts failed to make it out of committee and onto the assembly floor for a vote. Supporters pushed hard for an up or down vote after the bill easily passed the state Senate in May. The bill would have allowed mixed martial arts events as well as placed a tax on box office receipts and allowed the State Athletic Commission to regulate the sport. New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman said he is appointing a public integrity officer to serve in the AG's regional office in Binghamton in the state office building. Any complaints about public corruptions can be made to the public integrity officer without worrying about politics influencing the outcome of an investigation. The man being appointed is Assistant AG Michael Danaher, who has already handled hundreds of consumer fraud cases. Schneiderman said Danaher will be the man to go to for investigations to be conducted without fear or favor.
Ladies and gentlemen of Owego, that is what you have done, and you should be proud.
Lockheed Martin's Owego facility revealed the MH-60 Romeo chopper that the HSM-75's Wolfpack will fly to its new home at the Naval Base Coronado in San Diego, California.
And not only is this the 100th aircraft delivered to the United States Navy, but it's the first Romeo delivered to HSM-75.
This is unquestionably the most capable maritime multi-mission helicopter in the world.
And it's all thanks to the employees at the Owego facility, where they integrated the radars, sonars, and advanced sensors into the helicopter's digital cockpit.
They put that all together and make it so that it's displayed to the crew, and so it's something that they can easily use that information, because otherwise they would be completely overwhelmed.
In the 80s, the Owego plant built the SH-60 Bravo helicopters that the Romeos are replacing. Those helicopters will fly until 2018. Lockheed says the Romeos are the next generation of the Bravos.
We're looking forward to pushing airplanes through this factory for another 10, 15 years.
Lockheed Martin recently agreed to build 24 Romeos for the Commonwealth of Australia and are in discussions with a number of countries to sell more helicopters. And for the Navy, that's a good thing.
If you're operating the same equipment as one of your allies, then that brings you closer together.
And it's bringing Lockheed Martin's Owego hangar a lot of work in the future.
Snow is seasonal, but gravity is year-round. Finally, Greek Peak Mountain Resort can take advantage of that with the zip lines.
Very exciting, real fun.
And the mountain coaster, which plunges 650 feet while snaking 0.8 of a mile through the woods. All in an effort to
stay on the cutting edge of what people are looking for in the vacation experience.
Al Krieger, far left, was there 50 years ago when the A-Frame Ski Lodge was opened with a cake cutting. And he officiated at today's ribbon cutting, a zipline race between the Tennessee banker who loaned the $10 million and the head of the USDA agency that guaranteed the loan.
What a blast. This is very exciting. This is exactly, to me, what Central New York needs.
That is, a source of jobs.
We're all about supporting quality of life programs in rural New York. And so this is really just a superstar project.
The Adventure Center and the 2-year-old Hope Lake Lodge and Water Park created about 70 jobs and made hundreds of others here more secure. Pointing to land set aside for golf, Krieger says expansion is a continual process, first planned 35 years ago.
I think you need to create, and one of the things we need at Greek Peak is to create a mass. So when somebody comes in here, you get the wow factor. Boy, this is something, this is as good as any place I can go. And they go tell their friends, and it's really word of mouth. I think we'll see a tremendous growth over the next 2 years.
The mountain coaster opens Friday, zip lines and rope courses shortly thereafter. In Cortland County, Steve Craig, Fox 40 News.
Time now for a break, but when we come back, solar energy, could it power you?
I'm Norm Poltenson. I've published the Central New York Business Journal for 25 years. Our success is based on the fact that we know only one audience, owners and managers of businesses in Central New York. We publish stories for them, we don't offer sound bites, and we always source our information. Maybe technology's changed since I started publishing 25 years ago, but not our mission. You can always rely on the Central New York Business Journal providing your business news.
Welcome back. With the price of gas and with the natural gas fracking debate, alternative energy has never been in the spotlight more than now. But how about solar energy? Could it be for you? Kate Thornton has more.
If they can be doing it, we certainly should be doing it. And that's what we do at ETM. We try and educate, certainly locally. We give a lot of talks. It's all about education. The more you know, the more you can make good decisions.
Decisions like using the sun's energy to power your home. An average 5 kilowatt system is comprised by about 24 of these panels, and altogether it can generate just over 6,000 kilowatt hours of energy to offset your electric usage. Now that's quite a difference for this maintenance-free energy source, and all it takes is a phone call to get you started.
We do basically everything for you. We are turnkey. We do all the paperwork, all the permitting. It starts very simply with a site visit. We come out, take a look at your site, see where we can put solar, be it on the roof, on the ground, and then we take a look at your energy use and size a system based on that.
And now is a great time to go solar. The incentives from NYSERDA and tax credits makes the switch well worth it.
$5,000, 25%, or up to $5,000 New York State tax credit and a 30% federal tax credit. When all is said and done, you're looking at probably 2/3 of the system possibly being offset by the incentives and the tax credits. So it's really much more financially viable for customers right now.
As Wendy says, all you have to do is sit back with a glass of wine and watch your meter go backwards.
It's all about energy independence. When you put solar up there, you're creating your own little electricity garden.
Our thanks to Kate for that. Time now to turn things over to our friends at Prendismo.com, partnering with entrepreneurs for success. And this week's bit of business wisdom from someone who has lived it, how there is a new trend of importing pros with real business experience into nonprofits.
Well, I think there's been a movement in the nonprofit field towards bringing on managers with MBAs and with private sector experience to the point that it's a cliche. And perhaps it's gone too far that, oh, you have private sector experience, we want you in our organization, regardless of whether or not you understand what we actually do. And so I think there certainly is a need in the nonprofit sector to improve the level of management and business savvy. And at the same time, because someone comes from the for-profit sector does not mean that their skills and their way of approaching the work will be a seamless fit into the culture. And maybe seamless isn't the desired objective. I think that the nonprofit sector also needs to benefit from the for-profit sector. There needs to be more back and forth. In our organization, a lot of my colleagues like to say that they're recovering bankers. So we're a nonprofit, but we were founded by an entrepreneur who worked at Lehman Brothers in Latin American corporate finance. Our vice presidents are a former investment banker, a former banker and venture capitalist who's from Latin America, and someone who had worked in equities research. And at the same time, they also have experience on the social and environmental sides that are directly in line with the work that we're doing. So we're structured as a nonprofit, but we're a financial institution, and lending, financial training is our business. The fact that we don't distribute profits is another matter. We most definitely need business skills to lend to a class of businesses, small and growing rural businesses in Latin America and Africa that don't have access to finance. You can't simply decide that we want to help these businesses and we'll give them money and hopefully they'll pay us back. We really need to work with them closely, help them develop their cash flows, which they submit financial statements to us and they're not always pretty, and there's a lot of back and forth. And so it really is the combination of the hard financial skills, but also understanding the social dynamics of a farmer cooperative, and how do you meet a business where it is, not expect it overnight to be able to have those kind of very clean financial statements or top line management, extreme efficiency, but to get it on that path. And so we're taking financial skills and acumen and applying it in this space for social and environmental objectives.
And that does it for this episode of the CNY Business Connection. Thank you very much for joining us. Until next time, I'm Jason Weinstein. Have a good one.
I'm Norm Poltenson. I've published the Central New York Business Journal for 25 years. Our success is based on the fact that we know only one audience, owners and managers of businesses in Central New York. We publish stories for them, we don't offer sound bites, and we always source our information. Maybe technology's changed since I started publishing 25 years ago, but not our mission. You can always rely on the Central New York Business Journal providing your business news.